called Alice's Restaurant. It's a story about Alice and the restaurant. But Alice's Restaurant was never actually the name of a restaurant. Rather, that's just always been the name of this song. That's probably why even now I still call this song Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. That was about 2 years back. Me and a friend went out to visit Alice at the restaurant. Alice never used to live in the restaurant. Rather, she used to live in the bell tower of the church nearby the restaurant. And living in the bell tower like that with her husband Ray and Foncha the dog, and having a lot of room where the pews used to be. Having taken out all the pews, they figured that they didn't have to take out the garbage for quite a while. Me and a friend get up there, find the place full of garbage, and decided it'd be a neighborly gesture to take the garbage on down towards town dump. So, with shovels and rakes and implements of destruction, we loaded up a half a ton of garbage into a red VW microbus and headed on down towards the town dump. When we got there, we found a chain stretched across the road with a sign on it saying, "Dump closed on Thanksgiving." Now, we had never heard of a dump closed on Thanksgiving before. So with tears in our eyes, we headed off into the sunset looking for another place to dump the garbage. Wasn't long after that, half a mile or so, down the bottom of the side road, we saw another half a ton of garbage. And rather than bring that one up, we decided to toss ours down. Went back to church, had a Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be brief, and went to sleep and didn't wake up until the next morning when we got a phone call from Officer Obie. Now, Officer Obie said, "Hey kid, we found an envelope with your name in it and the bottom of a half ton of garbage. Just wanted to know if you know anything about it." I said, "Yes sir, Officer Obie, I cannot tell a lie. I put that envelope there." Obie said we'd have to come down to the police officer station and talk to him. I said, "Okay, Obie." Now friends, there was only two things that could have happened to us when we went down to the police officer station. Either Obie could have given us a medal for being so brave and honest on the telephone, which wasn't very likely, or he could have bawled us out and told us we'd never be seen driving garbage around the state anymore, which is what we expected. When we got down to the police officer station, there was a third possibility that we had not anticipated, and we was both immediately arrested, handcuffed. Now I said, "Obie, I don't think I can pick up the garbage with these handcuffs on." Obie said, "Shut up, kid," and we got in the back of the patrol car and drove off to the, quote, "scene of the crime," unquote. Now, let me tell you a few things about the town of Stockbridge, Massachusetts, where all this is happening. There are 3 stop signs, 2 police officers, and 1 police car. But when we got to the scene of the crime, there were 5 police officers and 2 police cars, this being the biggest crime of the century, and everybody wanted to get in the newspaper story about it. They were using up all sorts of cop equipment they had lying around the police officer station. They were taking tire tracks, dog smell imprints. They were taking photos of the northwest corner and the southwest corner, the approach, the getaway. They had 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one, explaining what each one was to be used as evidence against us in the court of law. Around that time, headed back to the police officer station. Obie said, "I'm going to put you in the cell." "Kid," he said, "I'm going to put you in the cell. Give me your wallet and your belt." I said, "Obie, I can understand why you want my wallet, so I don't have any money to spend in the cell, but what you want my belt for?" And Obie said, "Kid, we don't want any hangings, do we?" I said, "Obie, did you really think I was going to hang myself for littering?" Friends, Obie said he was just making sure, and Obie was making sure, all right, because he took out the toilet seat so I couldn't bang my head over it and drown. Toilet paper so I couldn't bend the bars, roll the roll out the window, and make an escape. Obie was making sure, all right. It was about 4 or 5 hours later that Alice... Y'all remember Alice? This is still a song about Alice. About 4 or 5 hours later, that Alice comes in and with a few nasty words to Obie on the side, bails us out of jail. We went back to the church, had another Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat. Went to sleep and didn't get up until the next morning when we had to appear in court. We walked in, we sat down. Obie walks in with a 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with circles and arrows on the back, and a paragraph on the back of each one explaining who each one was and used as evidence against us. And a man walks in, he says, "All rise," and we all stood up. And the judge walks in with the CNI dog. And Obie looks at the 27 8x10 colored glossy pictures with the circles and arrows on the back of each one explaining who each one was. And he looks at the CNI dog. Friends, Obie began to cry. As Obie realized this was a typical case of American blind justice, and there was no way to get the judge to look at 27 8x10 colored. Well, it didn't matter. Because we were both fined $25 and had to pick up the garbage. Friends, there may come a time in your life when you've been in some situation similar. There's not a lot you can do about that. So. There is maybe one thing you can do. That's to join me as it comes around on the guitar again. Sing some Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Walk right in and surround the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant.